Dum dum dum. Hello class, I'm Professor Loser. Thank you for attending our first class together. Don't worry, I won't be teaching. Instead, I will be giving you a guide on what you need to bring to school. We will be taking a minimalistic approach so you don't feel like school is dragging you down and breaking your back. I suggest you wait until you know exactly what you need before you go shopping. This way you can shop with your friends and family to buy the items in bulk, thus saving you money, and any remaining items could be used for next semester. This video will be broken up into 3 parts. The first part will consist of essential items you need to bring to school. The second part will consist of optional items you can bring depending on your own personal preference. The third part will consist of items you should just leave at home but still have lying around. First up on the essential list is the backpack. You want a casual medium-sized bag with few pockets. The more pockets, the more you'll overpack, and we don't want that. We want it simple. Just make sure it's not one of those roller backpacks. Next up on the essential list are writing utensils. You want 2 mechanical lead pencils to bubble in that Scantron during your exam. Also bring a few blue pens to take notes. You want a few pens in case you lose them or lend them to someone who will never return them or give it back to you doing some nasty things to them. You could bring black pens, but studies have shown that blue pens helps retain information better. Also bring a multicolor pen. They're great for color coding and organizing your study notes. If you like, you could bring 3 to 4 different colored pens. However, don't go more than 4, because you'll just start focusing on the color rather than the notes you're taking. Don't forget to pick up a small pencil case. Next, you want 2 notebooks, and not just any notebook. You want graph paper notebooks. Those extra vertical lines help a lot with indenting and drawing diagrams, charts, and graphs. Helps accounting students with indenting debits and credits. Also business and economic and math students with charts and graphs. Science and pre-med students with drawing the human anatomy. The graph paper notebooks come with 100 pages, so you really only need to bring 2 of them, since most college courses usually take up about 25 to 30 pages. And if you're lucky, some professors will let students print out their PowerPoint lectures to bring to class, thus saving you some extra pages in your notebook. If this does happen, you're going to need the next essential item, which is a folder. College is not like high school, where every class gives out handouts. You really only need 1 folder for college to hold the syllabus, homeworks, papers, exams, and any handouts you might get. Just bring an extra folder in case you do get a professor that gives you a lot of handouts. The next item you need is a USB to hold your papers and projects. If you're using the school computer, remember to save it onto the USB, not the computer, because you don't want to go home and find out you didn't save it and need to redo that paper you spent hours on. Not many people bring this, but I highly recommend you bring a small emergency kit with you, in case you get hurt, sick, or just going out to party. Pack some Band-Aid, tissue, hand sanitizer, flashlights, or medications like Advil for pain relief, Dayquil for colds, or Benadryl for allergies. Also pack some personal items like condoms, pads, or deodorant. If you know you're going to be stuck at campus for a long time, I suggest you bring some snacks with you. Also bring some Tic Tacs and gum. You will be meeting a lot of people on campus. They could be your potential employers or your relationship partner. Nobody wants to talk to someone with bad breath. Now that you know the essential items you need to bring to school, here are some optional items you could bring considering your own personal preference. First up is a planner. Unless your life is really busy or you need it to help you stay organized, then get one. It's great for personal life but also for college life, helping you track when your papers, homework, or projects are due. Also when exams are happening. But you don't really need one. You could always use your phone calendar, or just write all the important dates on the first page of the notebooks. Rather than a notebook, you could bring a binder. Binders are great for organizing your classworks, especially if you want to add or take out any papers. However, they tend to be bulky, messy, and drive you nuts when the paper hole rips. As an alternative, I highly suggest you get a 3 or 5 subject notebook. If you want to be eco-friendly or just tech-savvy, you could bring a laptop or a tablet. It's nice to have your own personal laptop and work anywhere on campus. However, don't forget, they can be heavy and you need to bring a charger, so make sure you bring a waterproof backpack. While you are in class, try and not go on any social medias or Amazon. It could be really distracting. You can bring a tablet instead, like the Kindle Fire to store your ebooks or textbooks. It's better to have a digital copy than carry a 10-pound book with you. If you're staring at your crotch all day or training to become the next Pokemon master, you're going to need to bring a phone charger. Since most classrooms usually have about 3 to 4 outlets, I highly suggest you bring a portable charger with you. This way you could charge on the go rather than waiting for your phone to charge. If you're not using your phone, you might be using a calculator. If you're a business, math, or science major, you need a graphing calculator. If you have another major, you will still need a calculator for your required math and science class. However, I suggest you just borrow one from a friend or school. Depending on your study habits, you might want to bring some highlighters or index cards. Highlighters are great if you want to emphasize a note in a book. However, if you're like me who highlights everything, I suggest you not bring one. Also, if you're trying to sell your textbook after the semester, it will be a lot harder to do so if it's filled with a lot of highlighters. You could bring one if you think it will help you with studying. Index cards are also great tools to use for studying. However, in the last 5 minutes before your exam, it's better to look at a single paper of your notes rather than shuffling through the index cards. One tip is to get a paper, fold it in half, and on one side you write the word and the other side you write the definition. It's a lot faster. Make sure to use different colored pens between each words. Whether you're studying for an exam or writing that paper, you will be stressed. College dropout rates are highest around the first few years than the last. So I suggest you bring a stress relief ball just to help you calm down. Hand warmers are also great as a stress reliever, but are more for the cold days and when you're stuck at the library doing last minute papers. Remember, you can't BS that paper when your hands are cold. The next few items aren't necessary to bring, but they should be at home. You are not the go-to person for school supplies. Mini staplers are great, but you can find them at your college library or college department. Post-its are great for making origami or reading a book. However, you really don't need them. Just in case, if you want, you could bring small-size post-its. You also don't need whiteout. It's more faster just to cross out the mistake and move on. Lastly, school probably killed off your creativity side. So unless you're an art student, you really don't need scissors, tapes, glues, or markers. Remember, less is more. All the items can be found in the link below, along with a free 6-month trial to Amazon Prime Student. The free 2-day shipping is great for any last-minute school shopping or holidays and birthday gifts. Once the trial is over, Prime students can pay half the cost of a normal Prime membership. Thank you for coming to our first class together. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below how you would have categorized these items and what you bring to school.